Hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives for episode 17. We're almost at 20 now. What the hell?
Whoa!
You can see more faces on screen. We can see Jared.
I know. I'm here. Hello, guys.
Just in time for Jared to not be playing his own character. He's playing a new character, but we'll get to that later.
New character.
My name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master for our campaign, The Tyranny of Dragons. However, this campaign is all about our players who will introduce themselves and their characters right now, except for Jared, who will just introduce himself.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay, hey guys, I'm Simon. I'm playing the character of Wiltix, the hairy little gnome guy. Yeah, just getting around, doing adventures and shit, and having fun.
Having fun, yeah.
Adventures and shit.
And shit.
Adventures and shit. Oh, well, I'm Claire. I'm all about the adventures and shit as well. Yeah, I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn Sorcerer, half red dragon, half white dragon. And she would be what was called the constantly worried. Clearly concerned.
Why are you constantly worried?
I don't know, she's just developing a complex.
Okay.
Poor Mira.
I've got no further questions.
Oh, but she wanted to be a spy, and it's just like, you know, she has little dreams.
She's not very good at it.
Yeah.
And then her mentor left.
Her what?
Her mentor
Oh, yeah.
for being a spy.
Yeah, look.
Maybe to return one day.
Who knows?
Maybe
It's
to
getting
return one day.
complicated for poor Mira. Yeah. Anyway, that's her, and that's me.
It's better to have loved. Anyway, hi guys. On a side note, hi, I'm Andrew. I'm playing Azure Lightheart, our resident angelic ass kicker. Found himself in a little bit of interesting adventure last week. Found myself a celestial longbow, which is exciting from an angelic elk. Sadly, it may have scared off one of our party members, but one day I'll make it up to him and we can get him back in the party. But now on to you, Jared.
Hey guys, I'm Jared.
Yep.
In
He's
the
playing a
real
character.
world, I play him.
Known far and wide.
In the real world, I'm a druid of sorts, as I'm a conservationist.
You're also,
I guess
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
and you only go by Jared. Like that's your only name. You're like, you know, MJ. Jesus,
I mean, like,
it's just like Jared. It's like
People do call me different things on the winds.
Moses. Jared.
Moses?
Yeah, he goes by one name.
I don't have a
Moses.
big beard.
Yes.
I can't grow
Oh
a
my
beard.
God.
I just grow facial, like just puby sort of hair. It's annoying.
Oh
really
my
sad.
goodness. Yeah, we're moving on. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'm sorry you have to sit through that. I'm sorry we didn't end up having a stream last week. With the Labor Day holiday, it just ended up being really, really difficult to organise and get everyone's schedules lined up. So we decided to postpone it a week, which gave me time to finish the artwork for Jared's new character anyway, which I'm grateful for. It actually meant that I had time to finish it. You can actually see him up on screen right now if you look. Oh, it's just changed over to my artwork. Never mind. If you rewind 10 seconds, you can enjoy Jared's new artwork. Otherwise, you can look at the overlay. He's down the bottom there. He will be introducing us to his character very soon.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, world. We live in a state where we get days off for sporting events. So
Yeah.
that's that.
But thank you so much to the recent subscribers. We've had a few people coming in and subscribing in the last couple of days. Thank you so much. For those of you who are joining me on the live stream today, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to pretend that we didn't see all of the glitches that we did see. You can see them. I've clipped every single one of them. We're going to pretend we didn't see them and just focus on the beautiful stuff, like the way the snow falls and the aurora and things like that. But I've had an absolute ball today. I took a week off work literally so that I could focus on streaming. So thank you for those of you who joined me for my 12-hour Assassin's Creed live stream today. I've had an absolute blast. Thank you for those who joined us for the Phasmophobia stream on the weekend too. Jared and I did a little Phasmo stream that was great fun. We had some hilarious ghost spookins, and I think we'll be probably doing another Phasmo stream in the next couple of days. Maybe another Viscera cleanup detail stream as well. We had a lot of fun with the Viscera cleanup stream.
Yeah, that was good fun, especially
that
since
looked
me and
good.
Harley, were
Yeah.
playing, and I found some fun things to do with the items.
Fantastic. All right, we'll definitely jump on either another night this week or on the weekend. We'll definitely have some more fun with those streams. But tonight is all about Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, Harley and I. Thank you, thank you, Harley, for correcting Jared on that one.
Oh, shut up.
Good on you, mate. Top listener. If I had some sort of reward I could give you, like inspiration, I would. But no, we're going to jump straight back into the story. So our journey has been following the escapades of the Tempest Adventuring Guild from the League of Adventurers based in the merchant city of Oxenfurt. Mira, Azure, Wiltix, and Emeric were in the city of Palin, capital of the continent of Oceania and the seat of the Ocean Empire. The team were able to secure travel with the caravan heading north, tracking the cultists who were responsible for the attack on Green Nest. Mira and Emeric working with Owen, an orcish merchant. Owen, an orcish merchant. That's a tongue twister. And Azure, Wiltix, and Gloria, a halfling spy that the party picked up while in Palin, were transporting their own wagon. After a fairly calm day of travel, the group camped for the night, and Wiltix was able to sneak around the cultist wagons and confirm they were indeed transporting large amounts of treasure, and left, but not before damaging one of the cart's wheels with his knife. During the evening, a large black coach pulled up, and a man dressed in dark clothes approached the group Wiltix had identified as being the cults, and after collecting a chest from them, the coach departed swiftly into the night. Not thinking too much of it, the party went to bed, and awoke the next morning to discover a note sitting on the spot where Gloria had been sleeping, outlining that she had chosen to leave the party to better pursue her own goals. I believe it was titled Hey Boneheads, which is a classic Gloria move. Travelling on, the party reached the town of Schickenkaun, where they encountered a halfling, Jamna, who claimed to be working towards a similar goal as the party. During the next leg of the journey out of town, the damaged wheel that Wiltix had created hit a pothole and gave in, causing treasure to spill from the cart and onto the road. After the cult angrily and quite forcefully convinced the rest of the caravan to move on, the party stuck around, offering to help get this wheel fixed, an offer the cultists seemed reluctant to accept. You now stand around this wagon. The number of cultists who were on board have moved aside and are basically in the process of trying to repair this pretty badly damaged wheel. I believe that you guys were thinking about whether or not you wanted to just flat out attack them, was how you guys posed it to me last session. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Theatre of the Mind for a second. What are each of you thinking you want to do? So you've had 2 weeks to think about it. What do you guys think you want to do?
How many of them were there?
So there's 5 of them.
5 of them. Is that including the guy? Oh, sorry. There's one guy that's ridden off though. Is that
there's
correct?
One guy that's ridden off. So there were 6. There's now just 5.
And there's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
There are only 3 of you because Emeric had left that previous day. That's actually, sorry, I forgot. Oh my god, I had a whole paragraph I forgot to mention. So yeah, after Azure had managed to chase down a celestial elk and recover a bow, in the process revealing his angelic form for the very first time, his golden wings, his golden white wings, Emeric decided to take a leave of absence. His problems with the gods and his difficulties with them proving to be a bit too much to think about around Azure. And he left a note outlining this and left the party to make his own travels. So it is, just Mira, Azure, and Wiltix who are there.
Oh.
In my head, I'm thinking, yes, it's a great opportunity to attack them, but I think that they will potentially be too strong for us, and at the end of the day, we are going to ruin any sort of chance of finding out what they've got going on if we blow our cover. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
Were there more cultists in the main group, Owen?
There are, yeah. So this is just one of the wagons. There are 3 main groups I think you identified.
Mm.
And if one group doesn't come back, I mean, we could explain it away.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's just a matter if we think we can take them on or not. But Mira, how do you feel?
I mean, they're standing right there. We surely can't be talking about this out loud. Is that right, Owen?
What I'd say you could do. So at this point,
I'm just trying to remember the last actions we did. Actually,
we helped them fix the wheel. Is that right?
You were in the process of.
For sure.
Didn't someone actually jump on the carriage?
Yeah, me.
Wiltix had, oh no, sorry, that's right. Mira had jumped on, and you were told to get off under no uncertain terms, and I think you did actually get off in the end. But they were pretty clear they did not want you on the wagon.
Yeah, I think I was backing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to go back and find Emeric. Yeah. Yeah. Mira had been like pretty deflated by all of this. She can't jump. She can't hide. Just not a spy.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I feel bad now. I mean, it's not my fault, but I do feel bad.
She's trying her hardest, but she's like, all right, there'll be other opportunities. But she is. I think the last action was that she was looking at the other two, going, "What are you doing?"
So yeah, that's up to you guys. So what I'll do is, why don't I bring you guys across to the map, and you can sort of see roughly. These guys are very interested in focusing on the damage that's being done to their wagon. So they're not paying that much attention to you. If you guys back off and don't pay them much attention, they treat you in a very similar manner. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly bring you guys across.
They just effectively treat us as if we're not there. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah. They're not too worried about. They're not that worried about you guys if you don't show too much interest. Here you go. You should be brought across now.
I don't know whether they'd be insulted by that. Like they just don't care that we're standing there. Like they don't see us as any sort of threat. Kind of nice.
It's not that they don't see you as a threat. It's more that if you guys the closer you come to their wagon, the more interest they have in you. But if you back off back to your wagon and you stop sort of getting in their faces, you'll notice that they only really paid attention to Mira when she moved up into the wagon, like on top of their wagon. That was when they started paying more attention to her. As soon as you guys backed off a little bit, they weren't as interested in what you were doing. They're more focused on trying to get the cart fixed. They're trying to get everything back in. They're trying to hide all the stuff that has fallen out and has been damaged.
And we did see something, Owen, didn't we, when it fell out?
You did, yeah. Right? You saw treasure fall out, gold, jewels. There was a couple of goblets. There were some items that looked like they were, quite valuable in nature.
We actually did see something that we recognised from.
Yeah, it looks like stuff that could have been from Green Nest. Absolutely. Yeah. When you looked at it, you thought, oh, yeah, this could absolutely have been taken from Green Nest at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do, team? Are we going to let them...
Well, it's one of those ones where I just don't know if we can take... Like, we almost died when... Oh, you died twice when we were fighting the...
Yeah, that's right.
Last time, so...
That was good fun.
It was good fun.
That was very good fun.
I had a great time. What an asshole!
Yeah. Look. So we've already offered them assistance, so they've turned it down, correct?
Yeah. So as soon as you guys approached, one of the main sort of more well-dressed, more heavily armored men moves forward and goes, "Oh, it's quite enough there. Just don't come any further forward." And you guys offered to assist the wagon. He's like, "No, look, we're quite all right. One of our boys, we're sending him back with a horse. You just stay with the caravan. There's no need to stick around."
Do you need anyone that might be a bit smaller in stature to check underneath your wagon, make sure there's no damage under there as well?
No, that's absolutely fine. You're welcome to keep on moving.
Oh, well, it looks like you've got a fair bit of wares in there that might need protecting. There might be people out here that would take the opportunity to attack you. You don't want the extra guard?
We can handle ourselves, thank you very much.
And
if you've got any further questions to ask, you're going to find out exactly how good we are at handling ourselves.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just want to ask another stupid question, but it's no.
Oh, please, yeah, go. No.
No.
You sure?
It's 3 on 5, so no. So look, I'm just gonna look at you guys and say, well, do we want to keep going, or?
Some people just won't accept a helping hand.
Some people value their privacy.
It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, if you don't need our help, we'll be on our way.
Good.
Go back to protect the other caravan, I guess.
Where we are at the moment, so how far away is the group? Would they be like 5 minutes ahead of this stage?
Oh, yeah. 5 minutes at most. Yeah, 5-10 minutes, absolutely at most. Not that far at all. The rest of the town itself that you guys left Shaken Can, that's probably a couple of hours away. At a slow pace, at the pace the caravan's been going. At the pace that the cultist was riding back on the horse, you reckon maybe an hour. So he'll probably be about 2 hours before he's back. And then the wagon will be then 2 hours behind the rest of the caravan.
He was just going to get some parts to repair the caravan.
He was literally going to get a new axle, because a new wheel, sorry, because you damaged the wheel spokes, I think is what you described. You damaged the spokes themselves.
Yeah, I damaged the spokes on the side, yeah.
Yeah, so he's fetching a whole wagon wheel that he's going to bring back on horseback. So actually, he'll probably be slower coming back, maybe an hour and a half coming back, so maybe 2.5 hours behind the rest of the wagon. So they are going to be a bit exposed, absolutely.
Perfect. Cool. So are we taking off then, further down the road then, guys?
I suppose so.
Yeah, alright, let's leave these guys.
Awesome. So as we take off and get past those guys there, we're in it's like a forest, correct? Or is it,
it's sort of open.
With dense?
It's not a super dense forest. It's mostly open plains. There's a couple of woods. There's a few copses of trees and things like that. But for the most part, it's not that not that wooded, not that dark.
Okay. So now that we've gone off a little bit, I'll ask Zor, do you guys want to actually go back and attack the guy getting the spare wheel? They can't get far without it.
So yeah, what I'll do, for the purposes of this map, I'm going to move these guys all the way back here. I'm going to move you guys all the way over here. Cool. Sweet. Alright.
So, depending on what you like to do, Azure and Mira, we could always... one person can stay with this caravan, 2 of us can sneak further back, dispose of the cultist and the wheel, and no one will know it's in the middle of the forest.
To what end? Shouldn't we see where they're ending up? They'll lead us straight to the where we're meant to be tracking them, are we not?
Yes, I kind of agree with you, Mira. As much as I want to remove the plane of this existence, remove the cultists from the plane of this existence, I want to see what they're heading to. Surely it's bigger than just the 4 of them, and what we see on this caravan.
We know it's bigger than the 4 of them. We must be patient, Wiltix.
Okay, no, I was just hoping that we could use the others further ahead and hunt them down, and maybe they might recruit us if they think they need some more help getting their wares to the other side. But
we can quite easily be recruited. I only have to say the word, apparently.
Fair enough.
But if it's bloodlust that you're after, maybe there'll be other opportunities. Maybe an unfortunate accident. If you need to be sated.
Oh my god.
I'm just seeing his reaction, because I've noticed some changes in Wiltix.
Sacrifice.
I'm just noticing some changes in Wiltix. I just want to see how he reacts.
Oh, look, I haven't been killing people non-discriminately, but yeah, look, I'll just nod to what you've said and jump back on the cart, and yeah, you can keep going if you want.
I think a stealthy strategy, maybe not myself, but let's watch and wait. Take the opportune moment.
I think that's the safest bet, Mira.
We're only just starting out, really, aren't we? How far along are we, actually, on our caravan?
So you're a couple of days now. You've been going for 3. This is your 3rd day.
We've got 5 days before we get to thingy. Dingo.
Cool. So I suppose we keep riding and join the main group.
Yeah, keep on the move.
Alrighty. Whew. I set up a battle map. I was like, oh, are they gonna use it? Who knows? I genuinely thought you would be using this battle map tonight, but that's sweet as. I'm pleased. I think you made the wise choice. Awesome. Alrighty. So yeah, you guys.
I blame the
move on
deserter.
ahead.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest. We were totally outgunned.
If it was 4 against 5, I would have considered it. But
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Well, we've
In
got
that
the horse.
case, I'm just gonna delete one of these. What happens now? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But we know that there's
Stab him in the neck.
I turn around and just fire a long shot at them.
Okay, cool. Let me just mark that. Okay. Nice. So yeah. Oh, good lord. So I will remind you guys as well. So something I didn't mention is that there were a number of people on the caravan who were obviously very interested in this treasure as well. As soon as it spilled onto the ground, along with you, Wiltix, I think you've shown a bit of interest, and Mira, you've shown a bit of interest too. Yeah, there was a lot of like aggression towards people who showed interest in the treasure as it spilled. Fantastic. Alrighty. So then you guys continue on. After if you get the horse to go at a quick pace, I'll get you, Azure, to make an animal handling check, just to make a see how well you can get the horse to catch up to the rest of the group. We'll have our first roll of the night. 20. Good roll. No problems at all. You
Nice
very
start.
very easily catch up to the rest of the caravan, and the group continues onwards. So. What we will do is I will move you guys across to this next area here. So actually, I'll leave you back to the start page at the moment. We'll do some theatre of the mind and then we'll come across to the next little bit, I think. Actually, no, do you know what? Let's do the world map, because I think that's a good way for you guys to visualize where you're headed and what's going on. Perfect. Alrighty, so the caravan continues on its journey northwards. After about 20-30 minutes or so, you actually reach the edge of a small river, and you follow it along for a number of hours with the rest of the caravan as it meets up with a much larger river. The rest of the caravan don't seem too bothered about the missing wagon. A number of people sort of come up to you guys as you catch up, particularly Owen with his caravan, who he sort of took his caravan ahead while you guys stayed back. He sort of drops back a little bit and goes, What was all that about?
Our friend's caravan broke down. We stopped to help them.
Friends, you choose interesting company. They seem rather unfriendly is how I would have described them.
We're all just beings underneath one sun. Surely we can all get along.
Oh my god, so pure. Well, it's a nice sentiment, but unfortunately people tend to be disappointing. People can let you down, people can hurt you.
Hopefully we're not disappointing in your eyes.
Not yet, no. As you guys camp for the first night, Alerian.
Oh.
During this time, you have been traveling along. It's been a fairly uneventful journey so far. You've not been too bothered by any interactions as you've journeyed along the road. You have been coming from a very similar direction to these guys. You've been coming from the capital city of Palin. But rather than take the main road, you've been taking the sort of outer roads. The wilds tend to be a bit more, to your training in your eyes, a bit more of a safer journey sometimes, and so you've tended to avoid most of the main road issues. As you reach the top of a small rise, you can see the caravan that you've been trying to catch up with laid out below you. People are setting up for dinner, people are setting up for the evening. You can see tents being erected. People are generally sort of bringing in, there's a few people coming back from a hunt with some deer between them and some rabbits that they've caught. What immediately catches your eye as you enter in are the three very, very standoutish individuals. There's a half-dragon, or a dragonborn, you're not sure which. sitting on a cart, probably, what would you say, Mira, doing some sort of counting or catching up on your ledger?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm riding away.
Taking some notes. You can see there is a halfling. What would Wiltix be doing at this point in the evening as the caravan makes a stop?
Oh, just chilling, checking out what all the other people are doing. Maybe sussing out the other cultists to see if they've joined back up.
Yeah, do you want to make me a perception check?
Yeah.
Or investigation, your choice. Perception or investigation? Perception
probably
19.
19. Yep.
Yeah. As you look around, there are a few people who are showing a lot of interest in the remaining caravans that you've identified as belonging to the cult. Jamna, the halfling who you guys met last time, who claims to be working towards a similar goal to you guys, she is very subtle about it, but she's very much keeping her eye on them. You remember that yesterday morning, there was an incident where she came over and actually pulled a small shard of bone out of your gruel, claiming that it was poisoned and it would spear your insides when swallowed. She seems to be very, very keeping her eye closely on the cultist caravans that she's identified. And there's a few other people who are sort of milling around doing various chores, but nothing super suspicious comes out at you, apart from probably Jamna watching the cult is the most suspicious looking to your eyes. The cultists seem to be, again, keeping their heads low, keeping their heads down, trying not to be too obvious. I would actually say there is a bit of an element of occasionally they sort of come over and whisper to each other, looking back at the road. There is no sign of their caravan yet. You guys have only just sort of been parked for about half an hour setting up, and your estimate was that they'd be about 2.5 hours to 3 hours behind, depending on how quickly they got it fixed. So yeah, you're getting the sense that maybe there's a bit of anxiety about where this wagon might have gone.
Yeah.
And Azure, very muscular, probably smiling all the time, I imagine. Would that be about right, Andrew?
I imagine so.
Yeah, just a big beaming smile. What would
It's
Azure
like
be
Andrew.
doing? Yeah.
I'd probably be meditating, to be honest. Just
Yeah.
kind of like either sitting with the wagon or sitting by the fire, if there is one.
They're absolutely. If I'd say Owen probably is the more practical. He has set up a fire straight away. Like it's the first thing he does around the caravan. So Alerian, that's what you see as you approach. You can also see there's a number of other people, humans, halflings, half-elves. There's a tabaxi group as well who are sort of sitting over by the corner. Very leopard-like looking tabaxi. 3 of them over in the far end of the caravan who are just sort of minding their own business. But yeah, you see the caravan laid out before you, settling down for dinner. On the road, you did spy, because you sort of were avoiding the main roads, but as you were sort of heading through the wilderness, you did spy a caravan with some members struggling along with what looked like an ill-fitted wheel, probably about 3 hours back.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, well, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I coming in on, Owen? Am I coming in on a carriage? Do I have a horse?
A horse. You're riding in on a horse. Nice, fairly well-travelled saddle. Yeah.
Cool. As I approach, I will cast Minor Illusion, sort of just behind me on the horse. I'm going to create a sound, because I can create sound that will last for a minute. I'm going to create the sound of a beating of drums. And
Okay.
as I come in, I'm also then going to get my flute out. I'm going to start playing a jaunty tune. So I have the Minor Illusion providing me like drums.
The drum beats, yeah.
While I start playing. So that's what happens as I start approaching the caravan from the front. Where are these guys? Are they in the middle, back, or the start of the caravan?
They're sort of towards the middle in
Cool.
the current positioning. Yeah.
All right, so they will all hear that as I approach.
Would you like to describe your character as well as the party turn? I'd say everyone hears this straight away. This bum 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 as you approach.
And then the flute starts playing.
I'm just imagining like the Aladdin make way for Prince Ali.
It's
Prince Alerian.
Make way, Prince Alerian, whisper wind. It's very similar to that. I
Wow,
imagine.
it is very similar.
Perfect. All right. Well, look, the character himself, he sort of He's sort of wearing fine clothing. There's nice embroidery and all that sort of stuff. He has
He's
flowing...
up on screen right now. He's actually on the stream. Look at that.
Oh, is he?
Yep. Keep describing. That's awesome. That was so well timed.
So he has like sort of flowing brown hair. It's like long, but sort of kept off his face. He's a half elf, so he has all those features. But yeah, he's wearing like nice, like I said, fine clothing. He's very, he's clean. He's sort of, well kept. He has a cool sword, and he has a flute. He has a few other things as well, though, like a lute and other things like that. But yeah, overall, like, I guess you'll find out more as he approaches, and you find out more when you talk to him.
So yeah, that's what you see. His cloak, I'd say your cloak stands out a little bit as well, Jin. Alerian, sorry. Your cloak stands out a little bit as well. The patterns on it, it sort of seems to shift colours a little bit underneath, and the design on it is very, it looks to be very, very well made. Very well made. I'd say your cloak stands out a bit looking at you. Yeah, it's
nice.
very,
I love
very nice. Very nice. It's a very nice cloak.
But yeah, so and then I'll do that, and as I approach, I'll also start sort of humming a lot as I'm playing the flute. Actually, no, I'll just keep playing the flute. Actually,
You just walk in. I love it.
Yeah, I'll approach, I guess, the group as I sort of make my way past carriages, and now you see this guy in a horse, this half elf, playing the song, the flute. The drums you have no idea where they're coming from, and that's what you see in front of you.
Coming from everywhere. Alerian, would you like to make me a performance check?
All right, let's give it a go.
With advantage, given your use of the minor illusion for the drums. Absolutely with advantage. Very nicely done. 15.
Good.
Yeah. As you begin entering, a few of the people around, a few of the other caravan travelers seem to be getting into the zone of things. You see the guards sort of immediately, as soon as they clock you, are quite suspicious. Like, weapons come out. But as you begin playing your flute and getting the drum beats going, there's a general sense of relaxing. Like, oh, it's a bard.
Yeah, I think we get this class.
Yeah. As you begin heading through, a lot of people begin clapping along. There's a few people cheering. One of the tabaxi at the back begins sort of yowling in tune a little bit, like caterwauling. You're getting
God.
like
Why? Help.
Sorry.
Stop.
Inspiration to me. But yeah, you're getting a bit of 1d4 psychic damage.
Yes, I do. 1 point of psychic damage to
That's
me.
not too bad.
That's good.
That's to Claire. Yeah, it seems to be it's a well met reception to your playing of music and to your arrival. But it's up to the party how into it they are. Owen sort of looks, sighs, and goes back to what he's doing. It doesn't seem like he cares too much for music.
Mira just raises one eyebrow on her red side and just kind of looks at Wiltix and goes, "Well, that's subtle."
Yeah,
I wonder if he's a spy.
he clearly wants to make an entrance.
Actually, yeah. Can I check whether he has any symbols of? He's obviously a bard. Any symbols of the harpers that I can
Would you
see?
like to? Yeah. Would you like to roll me a roll me a perception or investigation check? Up to you.
Okay. Perception or investigation. Well, I will go with investigation. 18.
18. No symbol of the harpers, but he does have a very clear symbol on his chest. It's a silver and gold symbol. It looks like a lute or a lyre overlaid with a book and a quill. And you can see on his character out there, the symbol is actually there. You have to look really, really close until it comes back up on the main screen.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he does have a very obvious symbol across his chest. You are welcome to make me a history check.
Yeah, whatever. I doubt it very much.
Absolutely.
13?
You've seen it before. You remember seeing it in Palin before somewhere, but you know it's something to do with the Bard's College. You're not quite sure of anything more than that. You know it's not a hidden symbol or a secret symbol.
Okay.
You've probably seen it on...
This is very much out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a secret.
Yeah. I don't think, Alerian's not much of a man for secrets. But yeah, as you sort of look, you've seen it before. You're not quite sure where specifically, but you think maybe something to do with the Bard's College.
Okay. So as I continue walking, you guys notice that I'm actually getting a lot closer to you guys now, and I'm actually starting to I'm maybe like 1 or 2 carriages away.
Oh no, is this going to be one of those things where the entertainer targets you when you're trying to eat dinner? And you're like, oh please don't.
You're gonna have to.
Yes.
You're gonna have to get up and dance. You're gonna have to get
Yeah,
up and dance.
and I'm trying not to
quick-
make eye contact. Trying not to.
I'm
make
making a quick edit. You guys are eating food at this point, just because that's too
Oh,
funny.
it's even better.
Oh
quick
god,
edit.
go.
Yeah, like Owen's handed out like some bowls of stew that he's been working on. Like as Alerian arrives, Owen is handing out these bowls of stew.
Oh god.
Literally as this happens. Yes.
You've made eye contact.
Oh, I made eye contact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
Now I have to put down my food and stare at them and smile awkwardly.
Do
Hi.
the fake clap along with the drums.
Oh.
It's like when you're walking through a shopping center and you pass those people trying to sell you stuff, and you accidentally make eye contact with them, and you're like, "Oh no, where do I look? Where do I look?"
Oh, sir.
That's where I go on the other side of. If I'm walking and I'm going to walk past them, I walk on the other side so I avoid them.
Yeah, I'm a very fast walker for a reason.
But you guys notice as my horse slows down in front of your carriage and actually stops. It doesn't continue going. I sort of stop my jaunty tune. The drums are still going though, and as I come off the horse, I'll use minor illusion to sort of just have some just some sparks fly or something like that, just for like a bit of spice.
Ooh.
Mira will clap.
so fancy.
Mira will clap.
And he does come off the horse gracefully as well. Nothing too acrobatic or anything. Like I'm not gonna jump off and do a front flip. And I'm not like a super acrobatic character, but I'll jump off gracefully and I'll have some nice sparks and I'll sort of stop the drums as I sort of look at you guys.
No, I want you to do a front flip, please. Nah, I'm kidding.
All right, let's just say for fun, let's see, it's a 13.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Are we impressed?
that's up to you guys. So
Performance
what you
check was
see,
pretty good.
what you see, as he arrives, the drum beats sort of slow to a stop. His flute sort of stops, pauses. He lowers it gently, tucks it away into his pouch, stands on the horse, and does sort of like a side flip and lands, and then does like a deep bow. And that's what you see.
We'll do that. Perfect.
I am impressed. I enjoy this show of acrobatic athleticism.
Alerian, a number of copper and silver pieces are thrown to you from other townsfolk.
I'm not throwing you money.
Who see this happen.
Cool.
You get a total of. Can you please roll me 2d4?
All right. That's
And I'll
very
multiply
average.
that by 5. I'll multiply that by. You get 15 copper pieces and 5 silver pieces.
Perfect. I'll let it. That's awesome. As
sort of
they're
tossed
actually
to you.
throwing it to me, I'll do more bows and I'll say thank you, and stuff like that.
Very, very nice indeed.
But
You see
I
that,
will.
oh, very good. That's a great trick. That the little jump you did. I like the
thank you
floating
there,
rest of
friend.
Yeah.
I will. But yeah, as I sort of finish my performance, I'll look at these three in front of me, and I'll look at them all. I'll have a dramatic pause. Hello there, friends. My name is Alerian Whisperwind. Lovely to make your acquaintance.
Well met, master of the musical arts. What brings you out this way?
I'm just journeying on the road, and I spotted a caravan on the horizon. I thought I'd make a little bit of an entrance.
An entrance you made.
What time is it, Owen?
Sundown. So the sun is just beginning to set. So I'd say probably like 6:30, 7-ish.
Well, there's no other better time than dusk and the evening to have company. Rather not travel on the road alone at night.
No, these ways can get quite dangerous, so... come by the fire.
Ah, perfect. Thank you very much. I'll take a seat, and then I'll sort of, Well, I guess like, what's everyone else doing now? Are they still? They'll start sort of trailing off their own caravans, won't they, Owen?
Yeah, people like most of the as soon as you sort of finish your performance, a few stragglers are hanging around looking to see if you're doing a repeat performance. But as it's clear that you're talking to these guys, people begin to move back to their little campfires and things like that. The guards are continuing to patrol, but mostly people are getting ready for bed, getting fires either set up for cooking or finishing off cooking. People are setting up tents, things like that. It looks like it's sort of winding down for the evening.
Perfect.
Well, friend, my name's Azure. This is Mira, and I point to Mira. And this is
I point to Wiltix and I say, "This is Mira," and I point to Mira and I say, "This is Wiltix."
Well,
and I'm Emeric.
Lovely to make your acquaintance, friends.
So, where are you from, Alerian?
Myself, I am from Palin. I'm part of the Bard's College there. I'm actually, I'm on a quest of my own. I may be searching. I sort of look around quickly and have a glance. Is anyone near us, Owen?
Do you want to make me a quick perception check, just to sort of... Because there is someone who has known to sneak around the camp, 17. There is a halfling who, at first glance, doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to you guys, but just as you look away, the peripheral vision just catches out of the corner of your eye. There is this halfling woman who seems very interested in what's going on at this campsite.
Yeah.
You don't think she's close enough to hear specifically, but she's definitely watching.
Okay.
And if you point this out, guys, it's Jamna.
Okay.
Well, she's a gnome, though, isn't she? Not a halfling?
Oh, sorry, did I say halfling? Yeah, no. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
Slip of the tongue.
Does she know?
Small person.
Is she
We all
openly
look the same to
listening?
you, do we, Owen?
We all look the same. What was that? Sorry, Andrew?
Is she openly listening, or is she trying to make it?
She's trying to be subtle.
Be stealthy.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I rolled a 16 for her stealth, so Alerian just saw her.
Okay. Alright. How do I approach this then? I don't
You
want...
don't think she can hear you. You think she's watching.
Okay.
But you don't think she can hear.
Alright. Well, I've been sent on the road to find 3 adventurers. 4, actually, when I think about it. But I might have found him on the road.
Oh. What was his name?
His name was Emeric.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what makes you think that we are your 3 adventurers?
Well, the fact that you introduced yourselves as Azure, Mira, and Wiltix, the exact 3 that I may be looking for.
We really need to work on that, guys. We've been through this at least once.
I'm so trusting.
I was just sitting here being like, they're giving out their real names again.
It's literally like, how do you know
Oh
we're
my
the 3?
God.
Well, you literally said you were.
Oh.
You guys are the worst at intrigue.
Yeah.
What do you-
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a
My
whole
word.
module. There's a whole module based on being stealthy, and like, I don't know how, we're not there yet, but I don't know how, you guys are going to have to really, really work on this.
Look, as I
my
see their
God.
faces sort of get darkened a little bit and they start getting a bit worried, I sort of go, whoa there, no, it's okay. I'm here to offer you a helping hand. Would I have like a note on me, Owen, sort of from the Harpers?
Yes,
Because
yeah.
I'm affiliated with them.
Yes, you have a note that was, you've got a note written to you.
So like stamped
specifically
and-
instructing you with descriptions of them. I can actually tell you who your note is from. Your note was written by... Sorceress.
Perfect.
Oh.
So I sort of calm down. It's okay. It's alright. I've been sent by Sorceress. And I pass them the note. And
The
they
note looks legit?
You can make an investigation check, Wiltix. But yeah, the note itself is pretty brief, but it basically outlines 5 Wiltix.
5.
Is that a
Yeah,
natural
no.
one?
No,
That's a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you read it, Wiltix, it's got Sorceress's name and seal. It does seem, and the Harper's symbol as well at the top, but it very briefly outlines, Alerian, your services are required. For some time, we've been looking into a group known as the Order of the Dragon or the Cult of the Dragon. It's time that we fully investigate. A group of adventurers from the League of Adventurers in the Oxenfurt division have set forth following a caravan. you are to join them and support them in any way that you can. Mira, a Dragonborn Sorcerer, Azure, a human monk, and Wiltix, a gnome fighter, is how you'll describe Wiltix, along with Emeric, a human knight or mercenary. Locate them as soon as you can, get to them, provide them any support you can. This can be proof of your journey. And then it says at the bottom, for Mira, as evidence of this letter, remember my message in Palin. Trust no one. Except for me. On occasion.
That's so bad.
And now Mira's just like, I'm never going to be a spy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you say that?
Not out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Liren, you said you're from the college. Do you know a Gloria?
Gloria. That's a very good question. No one does Alerian know Gloria.
Oh, I'd say yeah. Gloria's got a name for herself in the Bard's College. You do know Gloria.
Okay. What was her last name again?
Gloria Brugenweyer.
Oh, I can't roll my R's like that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay,
Gloria Brugenweyer.
Sorry, we'll do this. I'm gonna go
Yep.
Gloria. I'm gonna go Gloria. You say her name and I'll keep talking.
Okay, alright.
Okay. So I'll look at Wiltix and Gloria.
Brugenweyer.
Yes.
Flawless.
I do know her actually. Yes.
Wow.
She's very well known in the college as a bit of a trickster.
Yeah, so her rep, she was a lecturer there for a little bit. She was a teacher. All of her students quit.
Wow.
Like, not at the same time, but one by one, until she had no class left at all. And all of the reasons that were given were very sort of like, she's just so full of herself, like she thinks she knows everything, like nothing's good enough for her. Like, it was all pretty heavy stuff. So at that point she was then given
Gloria.
yeah, so then Gloria was given like a research post, and she was told to look into some obscure piece of text. She terrorized the library to the point where she has a lifetime ban from the Bard's library.
Wow.
If she wants
Oh,
information,
wow.
if she wants information, she has to ask for it and someone goes and gets it for her. She's not allowed into the library anymore, because she caused such issues in there.
Oh my
And
goodness.
the head librarian just does not like her outright. But by all accounts, she is very capable. She's very good at what she does. She's just very aware of how good she is, and that's the problem.
There's no humility.
No. There's like negative humility.
Wiltix, though, by chance, how does thou know of Gloria?
How does that
Well-
know?
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
I'm done. I just love this so much. It's just so different from Emeric. It's like Emeric's
Yeah.
polar opposite. I love it.
Well, we know now by how she joined us at the start. He doesn't understand your fancy speak.
I speak giraffe in fields, motherfucker.
As I've said this, I'm sort of the chair. Is it like a chair or a crate? What is it?
Maybe a barrel they offer you, sure.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna sort of. It's gonna look weird to them because if it's a barrel, I'm gonna kick back and have my feet sort of up, and I'm just sort of leaning there. It looks very precarious though to them, but it's very comfortable for Alerian for some reason. They're sort of a bit unsure of how he's doing it. I was gonna just have a chair, but I went with that now.
It looks like he's teetering back and like very oddly sitting. Yeah.
Just gonna wave my hand underneath his feet just to see if he's put something underneath.
Nothing there. Your hand goes underneath. Nothing. Empty
Super
air.
impressive.
He's got like epic core strength.
Slightly flick his feet up.
I just feel like a chair would have been better.
Well, if there was a chair, I would have taken it, but apparently there's just barrels.
Well, where would you guys get chairs from?
I'm sure there was one in the cart.
Why would there be chairs in the cart? Like, as in
Why
like a
would
seat,
there not be?
you tear it
Yeah,
out
like
of the cart and put it on the ground? Is that what you're proposing?
Well, there could be like a bench that would fold down or fold up or be able to be removed so you could use it for people travel and fold it
Do you know
down
what?
when you need.
Roll
We
me,
went to
roll me
Ye Olde Bunnings
D100.
and bought those fold out ones.
God,
Yeah, roll me a D100. We're going to see if there's exactly what you just described in the cart. Roll me a D100.
if it's actually true.
Hey,
Oh yeah, I love it. This is great. I'm so ready. 43! There is! I was like, less than 50. 50%. As Alerian's fucking about on this barrel, Azure, you're like, oh wait, hang on. There's a bench. What are we doing? And you just go and grab the bench from the cart, bring it out.
I just get you a bench.
I stand up, sort of gracefully. He does everything very gracefully. And then he'll sort of plonk himself down in the seat. He'll sort of chuck out his legs again and put it on the top of the barrel that he was on, and he's just sort of leaning back like that. He will look at you guys. Well, I should probably tell you guys why I'm actually here. From what you can see from the note, you can see that I've been sent as reinforcements. However, I'm not one of the harpers per se. I'm actually part of the College of Bards, and they sent in a request, and they chose the best man for the job. As he sort of flicks back his hair a little bit.
Another humble bard.
I'm going to insight that just to see whether he's actually the best guy for the job. Just subtle.
19.
Is he really over exaggerating?
Yeah. Alerian, that's do you believe that? Do you believe you're the best guy for the job?
100%.
Then absolutely. Azure, what you get is 100%. Alerian believes that he's the best man for the job. Like, when he says that, he believes it.
Such confidence. Such confidence.
He looks at them all and goes, well, look, to be frank, this is a mission of subterfuge, espionage, subtlety. You know, perchance not giving the names out, the personal names of your own companions to someone you just met.
Oh, they were not the real names. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Azure.
I look at the other side, just wink.
I have things to teach you, it seems.
I have things to teach you.
Definitely about subterfuge anyway.
And then you lean back on the chair again.
But yeah,
Cool.
so cool. So everyone knows. How do they all feel about Alerian at the moment? Do they... What do you guys think so far? Do you actually think he's from the Harpers?
Well, the
when you ask that question.
You don't know.
Your note says it was.
Well, anyway, he'll sort of sit back and just sort of take you guys in.
Of course we
That's
trust him.
another
We trust everybody, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. But no, I did see Emeric on the way here. He was in a bit of a rush.
Where was he headed?
I imagine he was going back to Palin. Only had a brief chat with him. Yes. He wasn't really talkative. He was deep in thought, I could see. Not really sure why, though. He doesn't look like the guy that would have, be deep in thought.
Or in thought, sometimes.
Or in thought, yes. It struck me he definitely had a bit of savagery to him.
I'm just loving the player of a character paying out his previous character. It's the best.
Oh, that's why I'm trying to feed into it. I'm just trying to see how far you go. But,
I'm loving this. This is awesome. You guys keep going.
no, he was a good friend that Emeric until he abandoned us. So next time we run into him, he better have some good explaining to do.
Hopefully our paths will cross again.
I sort of stand up and I take a bow and I look at you all and say, well, hopefully I can be just as effective and as much of a friend as he was to you all.
Are you good on the battlefield?
Well, I would like to think so, yes. Let's try and do something. Okay, so I'm bringing out my sword.
Okay. Oh,
and
yeah.
I cast Booming Blade on it, and then suddenly it just sort of... What would Booming Blade look like? It's like crackling, like lightning and energy will go through it.
So Booming Blade is thunder energy. So I'd actually say that you could even... Maybe like you flick the end and it starts vibrating like a tuning fork, and the vibrations get louder and louder and louder. What do you reckon?
Yep, we'll go with that. I'm just trying to sort of show some stuff off to them. And then I start... So I do that, I put the sword away then, and I start channeling an Eldritch Blast, and I'm sort of playing with it, like, you know how you have like sort of like a ball or something, and I'm moving it around in my hands and stuff like that, and then I just sort of let it wisp and turn to smoke.
Yeah, so when you build up this energy of the Eldritch Blast, what color and what does your Eldritch Blast look like, out of interest?
Look, I've got to go.
You've got complete creative freedom.
I love spectral greens.
Yeah.
So it looks like that.
Do you want that to be your color on the overlay too, rather than like that tan?
Oh, I'm not sure actually. Well, look, maybe we'll have a chat about that later.
Easy. So as you see, Alerian playing around with the spectral green energy, sort of moving it between hands and hands. You could even toss it backwards and forwards between your two hands, a little bit left and right. Mira, you recognize this immediately as some sort of magic. Powerful, pretty, got a decent kick to it magic. Nothing crazy high level spell, but definitely this would give a bit of a kick looking at the way that the spell moves. Azure and Wiltix, he's doing some magic.
I'm gonna let
Surely I'd recognize some magic.
Your area is more like holy divine energy, and then like the key energy that you use, which isn't magic per se. So I'd say that in terms of this type of magic, this eldritch magic,
it's probably that's a fair point.
Yeah, you don't see too much of this in the Feywild. This is odd. This is weird magic for you. And Wiltix, I'd say that again. Yeah, you're in. Oh God. Sorry, Lumi's just brought her squeaky toy in to squeak it right at my feet, so perfect timing, Lumi. You're sort of more used to maybe studied magic than anything else, and the magic of the wilds and things like that. So again, this magic's pretty odd for you to see. At this point, Owen sort of looks up and goes like, "Oh, sorry, yeah, you go, no."
I was just gonna say, oh, sorry, go, Simon.
Oh, I was just gonna say, lean over to Azure and say, "Look at her. Who's now not being subtle?" Look who's now not being subtle, yeah.
Nice.
I look at him and say, sometimes stealth isn't always about sneaking, in the background. Sometimes it's about appearing in sort of like a wolf in sheep's clothing sort of business. I give him a wink.
I was going to say, I don't know if I take that as an insult and you see my clothes or...
But I will sort of let the Eldritch Blast sort of wisp away, and then I'm gonna let's try and do something stealthy.
Okay.
It's only an 11, but I'm gonna to damage him, but I'm just gonna sort of place it behind his ear and just sort of go, "Do you think this is good enough for you?
That's up to you, Wiltix, whether or not you find that intimidating or whether you find that good enough for you.
Slightly intimidating, because you're using magic that I don't know about and putting it near my head. Is it warm or anything like that, or is it just
There's a vibration.
The vicious mockery would have just been like me. You would have just heard my voice behind you, not in front of me. That was a vicious mockery then.
Sorry,
the booming blade at the start was just me showing off that I have combat magic. And then the Eldritch Blast was a bit more of a display of, just sort of flicking around magic. But the Vicious Mockery, I've done it fairly stealthy. You probably picked up that I've done it. It's only an 11.
Well, I've got tricks of my own, and I'm going to do a minor illusion of my death dog over the other side of the camp, and I'm just going to go woof, really poorly.
Classy death dog.
Oh, we love Death Dog. I'm so pleased that Death Dog's made a return. Outstanding.
Oh my god. Do I even, okay, let's do a perception check to see if I even notice the dog.
Oh yeah. 12 you see. And you obviously hear Wiltix walk up and go, woof.
Oh my god.
I like how you just balking him now.
Alright, look, I'm gonna minor illusion. I'm going to cast as a pack magic silent image.
Okay.
I'm going to have it appear right next to Death Dog, but big, just the same. He's the same look, everything, but it's going to actually walk around Death Dog and actually move around instead of just standing there static.
Because Death Dog's completely static. He sort of moves like a stop motion animation whenever Simon wants to move him as an action. So every 6 seconds, Death Dog can shift his form a little bit. So he looks like a really janky stop motion animation. This image you conjure, smooth. It is very hard to tell the difference between this and a real Death Dog, if such a thing exists.
It's actually moving around. I'll have it like
Yeah.
sniff Death Dog, and I'll look at Wiltix in the eyes and I go, woof. Not even like, just
Wow.
like a little smart
Whoa.
sort of comment, like
It's
woof.
a bit of a... Here we go.
I give him a wink though. I try and keep it lighthearted. I'm not trying to
Hilarious.
antagonize him.
Alerian, if you're trying to intimidate Death Dog, did you see him even like blink? Like no reaction. Okay, he is not scared of your.
He's turning it into a strength. How's he doing this?
I'll have Alerian laugh at it, just how I laughed. I'll have a good laugh at that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I'm giving that an inspiration, Si. Well done. That's funny.
Oh,
Turning the major drawback of minor illusion into a strength. That's good.
Oh, Death Dog is focused and unwavering.
That's fantastic.
But yeah,
at
with
this
that-
point, oh yeah, sorry, you go.
I'm just
Whenever
gonna
you do
sit
that
down.
now, I'm just gonna have to try and up you, but with like a really poor version of like a stick figure trying to walk next to your proper. Yeah.
Well, because my Death Dog is concentration up to 10 minutes. Walk over to me and sit at my feet. And
Very
then
nice.
I'm just gonna let it sit there, and then I'm just gonna continue talking to you guys, having some. I imagine I've got my own ration, so I'll actually start having some food
Yep.
with you guys and stuff like that.
As you sit down, Alerian, Owen, this orcish gentleman, grizzled features, older gentleman, sort of looks up and goes, "Owen, you want some stew?" Hands over a bowl. See if you'll take it.
Thank you, there, dear friend. I will partake of your stew. I'll grab
Hands
the
it over to
bowl.
you. Yeah, hands it over to you. Doesn't seem too impressed with your fancy wordplay.
I will
Looks like he's
partake
a man
of.
action.
I will partake of said stew.
It's a hearty beef stew. It is delicious.
Why would you only partly take it?
Oh my god. All right,
Like,
sorry
I
guys.
got
I've just
back to that
muted.
time, but anyway.
I've just muted Simon. He's got a 5-minute. No, I'm kidding.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Rocks fall on. No. Fantastic. And yeah, you guys enjoy a nice dinner. Is there anything you wanted to do before bed?
Has the other caravan joined back up now? The cultist one?
Not at this point.
Has any of the other cultists gone back out to investigate?
As you look over, they're looking more and more concerned, but they haven't left the caravan yet. As night begins to fall, it's going to become harder and harder to go off on your own.
So I will sort of edge myself closer into the fire. Imagine we've got like some little fire or something going, and I'll sort of look at you guys in hushed whispers and be like, "So, what is the goss? What's going on? What developments have come about?" Now you can see that he's gotten a little bit more serious. He still has that whimsical sort of thing about him still, but he has gotten a little bit more serious. He's down to business now. He needs to sort of know what's going on, to sort of see how he can be helpful and such.
Well, we're currently trying to trail these cultists, and I mean, I'm sure the Harpers have filled you in and find out who they're trying to supply these items for. Is it one caravan, Owen, or two caravans that are
There's
currently?
3 caravans.
So there's 2 in this main group, and then there's one that's
There's-
heading
yeah.
up. Is that correct?
Exactly right.
So we'd subtly point that out to you, I suppose. Do we know how many men are on each caravan?
It's sort of because there's so many of them, and because they were trying to keep hidden. It has been hard to keep track, but you've had a bit of a chance to look through them, Wiltix. You can see that there were roughly 22, 23-ish people who you think are with the cult. There has been a new person. A new person came and joins them. You probably don't remember because it was a very passing thing. But there was a bald man dressed in sort of reddish brown robes, who was quite unfriendly as well. He joined on a little bit later with the caravan. He sort of came on. He came in the town of Shaken Ken as well, the same as Gemna. He went and joined. He seemed to sort of head over and join on with the caravan with no questions asked. He walked over, had a chat to them. They let him in, and he's been with them.
That was the resident blood mage, was it? The blood mage?
Red wizard, they were described as.
Red
A
wizard.
red wizard of
Red
Thay.
wizard.
Okay. So probably just explain that, and wonder if we should go out and scout for that other. Well, now that there's 4 of us, we could try and scout to see about what's happening with those other cultists.
Now that we're back at full strength again.
Yeah. 4 on 6.
Easy.
It's up to you guys.
Well, I mean, look, I kind of think that these cultists are going to be meeting other cultists when we get there. Like, how many do we really think we can take on? If we can break them down into small groups and try and get the information out of them, that might be a good way to go. I'd probably just be discussing this, like, as Wiltix with the other guys, if they're interested to talk our game plan.
This, it'd be maybe worth scouting out where they got to. The fact that they've been gone for so long, I'm kind of interested to see what happened. But it would have taken them a little while to get a new wheel and install it.
Actually, you mentioned that. When I was coming to this caravan, I may or may not, I definitely did actually, I saw a caravan making its way with what looked like a wheel that was out of place. They were very slow and they were very frustrated. I avoided them though. But yes, I do remember seeing them.
Okay. Going by the pace that they were travelling, how far behind do you think they are? How long do you think it'll be till they get here? That might be an Owen question.
Yeah, so from what I remember Owen telling me, Alerian saw them 3 hours ago.
Yep.
That is correct.
So, judging at the pace they were moving at Owen and when I moved past them, like, basic maths here, how far back does Alerian think they would be?
You reckon it's going to take them maybe 3.5 hours to catch up. It looked like
From now, like from.
Oh no! From when you saw them, they're probably. We got a bit of an echo going again. Oh no, Andrew!
It's doing it again. Oh.
All right, I'll super quickly mute Andrew. Andrew, if one of you guys could let me know when that's all fixed again, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so you reckon that they were probably going to take from that point about 3.5 hours to catch up to the rest of the group. You saw them 2 hours ago, so you reckon they're about 3 hours to 3.5 hours behind. But so yeah,
and it's now basically 9, isn't it?
Yeah, so they should be about an hour to an hour and a half behind you, Alerian.
All right. So about an hour, so they've probably got like another hour and a half to get to their caravan.
That is correct.
If we go on foot, how long do we think we could? How long do you think it would take for us to get there?
It's a good question.
No, you're good.
All right. I'm just trying to think this way, it'd take like 2 hours for us to, we'd disappear for 2 hours in the middle of the night and then appear back if we wanted to. But
so so after asking that question, Alerian sort of look up in the air and he's sort of contemplating and he's sort of doing like mathematics in his head and stuff like that and sort of measuring distances, and he'll look at you and go, I think they've roughly got about an hour and a half left until they reach us. How long would it take for us to get there by foot? I'm not so certain yet. Hard to sort of tell.
Yeah, that. Your math is correct. That's exactly what you suspect.
So do we want to wait for them to meet up here then, or do we want to take an opportunity to cull the cult's numbers down a little bit?
That's up to you guys.
That's a good question.
That's Wiltix asking literally everyone in the group. I'm down for fights in the cover of darkness.
Yeah, it's a tricky question. It's a really tricky question.
Well, are you sure these are cultists? This caravan?
Oh yes,
Definitely.
pretty sure.
Do you know what they had on board? Do you have any idea what they could have had?
Many a treasure. Yeah.
They're taking it to the Horde. Don't know how much you know, but seeing as we're just trusting implicitly.
I look at you and go, I'm very aware of the situation. The Harpers did give me a very good briefing before I ventured on the road. It'd be very unwise to sort of just make a journey on the road without having any idea of what I was dealing with.
I suppose if we did manage to steal some of their treasure,
That would surely piss them off.
well, I think we should be viewing this more long term, personally, but it could give us an inroad into the rest of the Horde. If we delivered it to them.
The only thing I'm worried about is if we do attack them, then the other cultist caravans will be a bit on edge, a bit worried.
That was my worry.
They might not be as trusting once they lose some of their companions. Not that they've been forthcoming up to this point anyway.
Well, overall, like, out of character, what is, like, in the caravans themselves, like, what is our main objective here? Is it to gain information, or is it to actually, like, recover these treasures?
Both. I was hoping that we could essentially, not going to say the word torture one, but try and get information from at least one of them and bury the treasure somewhere in the woodlands, and yeah.
So you guys were told by way back when you were given this mission by the Gauntlet, the Harpers, and the Adventurers Guild. They asked if you could track them down, find out where they're going, find out where the Horde is, and what they plan to do with it. Like, that's the main goal, is to find out where they're going, where's the Horde, what are they doing with it, what's it for, is basically the best way to describe that.
So not so much let's just attack them, take them out. We want more information gathering. Like, if we take them out now in the carriage, it may be more just like small fries. We're looking for the big fish in the waters, not the small fry.
We're looking for the big kahuna.
Exactly.
Busman.
Okay. With that new information, I'll sort of look at Wiltix and go, oh, if I'm being honest, friend, I think it may be more wise if we just sort of relax where we are and gather some more information. As much as it would be, great to attack and kill members of the Horde, it may be, in the long run, the unwise decision.
I miss Emeric.
Oh my god.
What did Wiltix say?
I miss Emeric.
Gosh.
So rude.
I didn't hear what...
That's not a go at Alerian. It's just that I know that I at least have another boat on my way.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh no! I'd be mumbling saying I miss Emeric because it would be at least 2 to 3.
Oh, that's so great.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh no, nothing. I once had a fellow warrior that would travel with me that would charge into battle head on. But
he 100% would charge into battle right now.
yeah, that's why I said it. I'm like, oh, at least with him I could try and swing it, but no. Okay, I will put away my claws for the moment. And
I will say to Wiltix though, there is a time and place for battle and subterfuge.
Yes, subterfuge.
Subterfuge.
That's the one.
Yeah. As he sort of nods his head.
That's yeah.
As you have problems with pronouncing
Stroke my beard. Cool.
Okay,
well.
so with the night, I think as we're sort of talking and we're sort of, getting to know each other, I think Alerian will play some more tunes. He'll get out his flute. He's got a lute as well. He might get out the lute and play some tunes and just sort of have a more chill night while he gets to know his new companions, and then the next few nights can be a bit more about the information gathering. For him, anyway. Unless other people really want to push it.
That's up to you guys, yeah.
No, that sounds good.
I think that's a pretty good plan to suss out and see what the go is.
Perfect. Then in that case, yeah, Alerian, you play some more music. It's met with much celebration from the rest of the caravan. It looks like it's been a bit of a boring trip for the most part, and with the arrival of your performance, there is a sense of joy and a sense of enjoyment. But
let's give it a go. He's gonna jump on his horse.
Okay.
And he's gonna walk up and down. He's gonna walk up and down the caravan, just playing tunes, so everyone can get a bit into it. Because he sees that people are getting into it, and he wants everyone to sort of have a great time. So he's gonna start playing music up and down the caravan now to get everyone into it.
Absolutely. Make me a performance check.
All right, let's go. Oh my god.
22. Yeah. So this is one of the best performances you've ever done, Alerian. You are killing it as you're up on stage, dancing around. Nothing compares to riding on the back of a horse, standing on the back of a horse, playing your flute with the drum beats behind you. What sort of music are you playing, just so that I can get a vibe of what the response will be?
Okay. He loves jaunty tunes, so very ones that you can get up and do. You can just sort of dance to, and you can get into. He will have the drums playing. He likes to do that because he wants to set them. The sound for his flute to really shine. So he'll do like solos, and he'll do things like that. Really like some intricate like movements as well with the 22.
Yeah.
He'll be doing some crazy shit.
Absolutely.
As he is doing it though, he will be paying attention to every caravan he passes. This isn't purely sort of like he's doing this to get everyone involved and have fun, but he's looking at every caravan and paying a little bit more extra attention because he is taking the breadth of the caravan. So he's trying to he's already trying to identify some of the caravans that may be cultist caravans. I think Wiltix would have pointed out a few anyway of for consideration, so he'll be paying attention to them.
Okay, so yeah, as you have a bit of a look around, mostly it seems to be merchants, people like that. There are a few families who are looking like they are in the process of relocating, but the group that has been pointed out to you by Wiltix as the group who are predominantly made up of the cult, very different look about them. They're not getting into the music. They're not really getting involved. They're trying to keep their distance from it. They're very insular. They're keeping themselves apart from the group a little bit. Look to be a bit more secretive and a bit more set apart.
Okay.
And there's that gnome. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go.
I was going to say, as I pass their caravan, I'll stop the flute for a second. I'm like, come on, guys, get into it. I want to see some feet stomping. Come on. And I'll start playing the flute again a little bit, trying to build a bit of a rapport with them. I don't want to be too pushy, though. I just want to build a bit of a rapport just to show that I'm not a threat.
One of the younger half-elves, this half-elf woman, sort of goes to stand up, and this older, grizzled wood elf puts his hand on her shoulder and sits her back down again very quietly. She sort of looks over and then sighs and pauses and looks away from you, and they both avoid eye contact. Like you're some performer at a restaurant while they're trying to eat.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, but while I'm... I'll sort of jump off my horse and I'll approach them and I'll keep playing a bit of music. And I'll just
actively avoiding eye contact. Yeah, there's a very cold reception from this end of the camp.
I want to see
music.
Oh my god, I created for a perception. While they're looking away from me and not maintaining eye contact, this gives me the perfect opportunity to actually scope out their caravan.
Yeah, the two caravans are arranged in a V wedge shape formation. The goods inside are very, very clearly packed away, very clearly hidden from sight. Even with your natural 20, you can't see specifically what's in the barrels and crates and things like that because they've been very carefully packed away. But you can tell that whatever's in them is clearly valuable and they don't want people to look at. They don't want people to see. There seems to be, inside these wagons where they're storing the goods, there's actually a space for someone to hide inside the wagon, and it looks like there's arrow slits that people could shoot bows out of. So someone could secrete themselves in each of these spots as a hidden guard, and shoot out from it if the caravans or the wagons were attacked. Apart from that, they look to be very well armed, very well armored. You think that if you were to take them on, it wouldn't be an impossible fight, but it probably would be a hard fight. Especially if the rest of the caravan the other merchants and guards thought that you were attacking them and would join their side, it would be a very tricky fight. They look to be pretty capable. Is there anything else specifically you'd like to know? That's sort of the main stuff that pops out to me as I think about it. But is there anything you'd like to know specifically? Anything you're looking for?
One more. Which, out of the members there, which ones would I think I could actually build a rapport with and actually maybe get something, coax out of?
The younger half-elf woman who went to stand up and join in, she seems to be pretty young. You suspect if she's been with them, it's not been for very long. And there is a dwarven gentleman towards the back. Long red hair tied up in a very tight braid. He sort of seems to be looking very bored, very unhappy about something. And you sort of think that, that could be an avenue worth exploring. Otherwise, this younger half-elf woman clearly wants to be involved. Maybe there's an avenue there as well.
Awesome.
So that's what you see.
I don't want to, wear out my welcome or wear out my presence or whatever. So I'll jump back on my horse and I'll just make my way up and down the caravan again, and then I'll come back to the group.
Yeah. You come back towards the group after your performance. The townsfolk and the travellers and the merchants clap and cheer. They're very, very impressed with the work you've done. There's a general lightening of the mood. It seems like there's been a lift of morale amongst the camp. And that's going to come into effect later on. I've actually given them a morale point, so we'll see if that plays into effect later on.
Perfect.
Nice work. Yeah, you guys all. It's a great performance. It's a really, really good performance. You thoroughly enjoy it.
Mira is still not looking that impressed.
Okay.
She'll just look at him and say, "Was there a point to this frivolity? Is there a..."
She doesn't know that I rolled a nat 20 from perception.
No, she doesn't. I mean, it seems very frivolous.
Do you know what, Mira? You'd appreciate the technical effort he's put into some of these pieces rather than the music itself. It's more the technical effort. Like, I was looking at these, but you're like, that actually would be pretty technically difficult. And that particular movement that he's just done, that seems like it would be pretty, like, that would require a lot of practice and concentration.
And she still wants to know, what's the point?
Yeah, I'd say
what is the utility here? Come on.
Yeah, that's how the nat 20 plays out for Mira. Rather than it being like, I'm not impressed with the music, it's more about, I'm impressed, but why did you do it?
Yeah.
So I'll sit down after my performance, and I'll let the music sort of ease out, and I'll look at everyone and be like, very interesting camp we have here, don't we? The caravans. Everyone's very nice and chipper. Except one or two.
Oh, there are some very
And I look at them and I'm like,
accepting folk.
The caravan you guys mentioned, I had a very nice look while I was playing some of my jaunty tunes. I will say this. In the caravans, it looks like there's spaces for hiding. I could see arrows, almost like slits that, arrows could be fired out from. However, I've noticed that one or two of the members, the younger half-elf woman and the dwarf with the long red hair tied in a braid, I think those two could be our avenues into forming some relationships with said, and I do in quotation marks, like, my hands, cultists.
That is very impressive. And rather useful information. Interesting.
Thank you very much. I don't know what you said before though, so I'll sort of flick back my hair and my hand in a dramatic pose as I say, I try my best.
Very nice. Alrighty. With that, you guys can take a long rest if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
You guys can have a long rest. Fantastic. Is anyone keeping watch during the night, or are you happy to let the guards do it?
I'll keep watch.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So Azure, Mira, and is anyone going to take a third watch, or are you guys happy to just
I'll take a 2-hour watch as well.
Alrighty, perfect. So I'll have each of you. What order would you like to go in? I think Azure, Mira, then Alerian.
Yeah, why not?
Azure, can you please roll me a perception check?
19.
Nice.
19. During the night, Azure, as everyone's sleeping, you sit there meditating, this time paying a bit closer attention to your surroundings as compared to your previous nights.
Yeah.
And very quickly, you spot one of the members of the cult caravan moving very silently, very stealthily, into the middle of the camp, and then off towards one of the wagons. After a few minutes, they come back and head back into their camp.
Are they carrying anything?
Nope, nothing at all. They're not wielding weapons. They're just in their normal clothes. They head into this area. They go behind a wagon. 1 or 2 minutes later, they then come back and go back to their wagon.
What wagon did they go to?
One of the merchants that you saw. Probably you'd recognize. You thought maybe like human or half elf. Nothing stood out about them too much. Just looked like two merchants traveling together. Two human, or a human and a half elf, or two half elf merchants traveling together.
Okay. I'll make note of that, and I'll let Mira know when we swap over. Keep an eye out.
Absolutely.
There's nothing else that's happening at that caravan. And actually, am I sure they went into that caravan?
They didn't go into the wagon itself. They went behind the wagon, where the tent was set up that the people are sleeping in. And then, after a minute or two, they then come back again.
Is there any way that I could subtly move over there and make sure that they're still alive?
You can make me a stealth check. Absolutely. 23. Azure. Born of sun, but walker in shadow. Walker in shadow.
Bright as light.
As you step away from watch, you look over your companions and then head off into the darkness. Creeping around the edge of the firelight, you move with the flickering flames. Your movement's hidden by the shadows dancing backwards and forwards. It only takes you a minute to get across, dodging between wagons and caravans to be in the position. You can see there is a tent set up behind this wagon. You can hear the sound of someone gently snoring from inside the tent.
Okay. Alright, I'll move back. Is there anything else I can see around us?
Maybe a perception or investigation check.
Oh.
10. No, as you have a bit of a look around, you can see the tent's been set up. Not much else you can see around. You can see that there are 1 or 2 footprints around the tent, but you're not sure if they were left by the cultist who came over this way or the people who are sleeping in the caravan. You know that you haven't left any footprints. You've been very, very careful not to with your stealth check. Mm-hmm. But not much else that you can see. There's no obvious tears or rips in the tent. There's no... I'm trying to think like what else there might be. There's no obvious signs of anything that you can spot.
Okay.
All looks quiet and peaceful.
All looks quiet and peaceful. All right, I'll head back.
Perfect.
To my watch. Absolutely.
The rest of your watch passes without any incident. Mira. Azure wakes you and tells you what he saw, and then heads to bed.
I'll keep an eye out specifically for that.
I'll have
5.
5. Mira, as you begin to take your watch, you find the movement of the flames and the shadows.
Very distracting.
Yeah, and you sort of find yourself looking into the fire itself and looking into the dancing flames. And in the last couple of sessions, you've used your fire side a lot more. And I'd say that you're feeling that pull towards that red side of you, the red chromatic side, that is at odds with your white, silver metallic side. And you can feel that pull, and as you look at the flames, you find yourself losing concentration and just losing yourself to the dancing, flickering flames. You don't see or hear anything of note. And then you awaken Alerian for his watch.
Perfect. Alright, I'll do perception. Not a little bit better.
Alerian, as you sit to watch, look over what's happening, you don't really notice too much going on. Again, as you sort of take a look over the camp, you find yourself distracted, thinking about your mission, thinking about what you need to do, and thinking about the various things that you have ahead of you and what you might need to do to accomplish your goals. And you find those thoughts very distracting, and you sort of lose yourself into imagining what is required and what's going to be happening. And you find yourself pretty distracted. You don't notice or see anything out of the ordinary as you take your watch.
During my watch, are there any other people who are awake?
The guards are keeping a perimeter around the camp, and they're moving around the outside of the camp. They seem to be more focused on stuff approaching the camp than what's happening inside the camp.
Okay, so there's no one else in any of the other carriages actually like near a fire or anything like that?
Only the cult have people on watch. There's a main bonfire, and then each of the wagons and caravans have their own little fires. A lot of them have been doused or have been let to go out, but the main bonfire is still active in the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
What cultists are up at the moment?
Let me have a quick look. Two that you don't recognize. There is a dwarf, a gruff-looking, scarred mountain dwarf, or hill dwarf, I guess. You can't really tell the difference at a distance. Racist. And there is a Goliath as well, a grey-skinned Goliath, who's just sitting very still, looking out across the camp with a large longsword on his lap.
Okay.
On her lap. Dwarf is male, Goliath is female.
I won't approach them then. I'll let them be for now.
Cool.
I'll let the rest of my thing just pass.
Fantastic. And you guys complete a long rest. As you awaken in the morning, is anyone getting up early, or will you sort of rise as the sun rises?
As the sun rises.
Yeah, good full
As you
night's sleep would be
guys-
nice.
Yeah. As you guys begin to awaken, you hear a loud exclamation coming from the back of the camp. Azure, as you awaken, you immediately recognize it as the direction that you saw the cultist move. Dragging a still, unmoving body into the center of the camp is one of these human merchants, this male human merchant dragging this very still, unmoving female body into the center of the camp, crying, weeping, calling out for help, calling out for aid. She's not moving. Please, someone help me. Is anyone a doctor? Is anyone a medic? Is some sort of a healer?
I'll walk up to her and I'll use Healing Hands.
And Healing Hands restores how many hit points?
4.
You push in these 4 hit points into this unmoving, still body. The light enters and then goes dim. And nothing happens.
I would assume that this means that she's too far gone.
You suspect that this person is already dead.
I'll check her pulse and then her eyes open.
Completely still.
Okay. I will.
Eyes are sort of partially ajar.
I'll
sort of,
gently close her eyelids and I put my hand over her eyes and give her kind of wish her soul in the right direction. And I quietly say to the griever, the person who's grieving, I'm so sorry. She has gone to the long war.
I don't understand. I don't understand what happened to her.
What happened last night?
Nothing. We went to bed. She can't be gone. She wasn't sick. She wasn't. I don't understand.
Is there anything that is any evidence of foul play? Can I just do a
Would you
perception
like to
check?
make me a medicine or perception check? Yeah. 19. There's a small mark on her upper neck, just sort of down the back, that looks like an insect bite. But no other obvious signs of any other injuries or anything like that. As you look over the body, there's no clear signs of anything really. Just that small insect bite on the upper neck.
Would I have seen anything like that before, or know any?
When you look at it, you don't it doesn't look like any insect bite you might have seen. Again, fey insects tend to be a lot bigger, so it's a rather small insect bite, but nothing that you immediately recognize looking at it. Do you want to make me a nature check?
A nature check? Yep.
4.
No.
Could be a spider, could be a bee, could be a wasp, could be some sort of scorpion. You've got no idea looking at it. I mean, looking at it, you're now even was this like a wolf bite? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. But looking at it, yeah, you're like, I have no idea what this is. What could have caused this? And that is where we're going to take a break.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's a murder mystery.
It's a murder mystery.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
So we will be right back, everybody. Don't go
Right
anywhere.
back.
But if you do, right back. We'll be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. And if you do, bring some more people back with you. We will be back in 5 minutes. Quick toilet break. Quick drink break. I'm going to have some of this delicious brownie with
come on,
whipped
man.
cream. Yeah, baby.
Come on.
If you've been watching the stream, you'll have noticed Lumi making a few appearances on camera. She might be making a few more. She's been very cuddly tonight. She's been wanting to jump up and be on my lap, so I've had her on my lap for a bit. So if you've been watching, yeah, you've gotten some free checkouts of Lumi, who's looking extra cute today. But yeah, we will be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you really soon.
See you soon, everyone.
See you guys.
See you in a second, guys.